Hi everyone, and welcome to Sweet Pea Seeds Inspirations. My name is Sydney, and real quick I would like to give you guys a quick little tour around the craft room, just kind of share with you guys some things that we have done throughout the years, some things that we are wanting to do in my craft room, or I'm wanting to do in the craft room future on, and just the yarn stash, of course, and fiber stash, and also some things that kind of self-express me as a person deep down inside. So sit back, relax, and I hope you guys enjoy this video. Please don't forget to hit that like, share, comment, or subscribe, and we'll go ahead and get started. Here we have my mannequin who is wearing my Simply Twisted cable shawl. And this shawl really means a lot to me because this was the second public released design that I've actually ever done. This was really the start of my channel, and this tutorial has really helped my channel grow. I released it back in July of 2022. It's got almost about 12,000 views. It's got several hundred subscribers, watch hours, likes, comments. So I really want to thank all of you guys for subscribing. If you've watched that video or even have done the tutorial itself and the pattern, I really want to thank you guys. And this really means a lot to me because this was really the starting of my journey and what I really wanted to do, and what I continue doing. So thank you guys very much for watching that tutorial and all of my other tutorials and videos. So I continue doing what I'm doing because of y'all. Back behind my mannequin, I have my tapestry wall art that you also will see numerous times in the background. So I got this last year just to really have something in the background, but it also kind of describes me as a person deep down inside. I am very much into astrology, and I do live a lot by the sun and the moon and what the sun and the moon represent. So there is that, and then over here in this little corner I do have my spinning wheel, which is a Kiwi 3. It's an Ashford Kiwi 3. I greatly enjoy it. It's very easy to use. If you are a beginner, then I would definitely recommend getting this spinning wheel, but it's fairly on the, it's not the most expensive. It's on the cheaper end of spinning wheels, but it works tremendously well, and I absolutely love it. And then here on my chair that I usually spin in, I have my first ever released crochet written pattern, which is the middle lace shawl, and maybe I will go ahead and insert a picture of the shawl so that you can actually see it better. But that also kind of means a lot to me because, again, that was the start of this journey as well. So next over here we have a blanket ladder that me and my husband made about a year and a half ago. I think it was actually before I started the YouTube channel, but what I have on here is at the very bottom, so right here, is one of the very first projects that I have ever made. This was the virus blanket that I made back in, I think it was 2018. I had done one previous to this one, but I think this was actually the second project that I ever actually completed or worked on. But I had done another virus shawl before this one, or not virus shawl, but virus blanket for one of my nieces. I gave that to her, and then I started working on that one for myself, but that one's probably going to go to my daughter. So on the second shelf is the blanket that I've also made for my daughter that I have yet to given to her. That was for her very first Christmas. I'm probably going to hold on to it until she gets a little bit older because she's at that age right now that she doesn't necessarily know. She knows how to take care of things, but I guess it's just a keepsake for right now. And then up here is one of my very first woven blankets that I've also done. I did this back in, I think, 2021, which was when I started weaving. And it was not too long after we actually moved into the house, but this was some kind of Karen yarn, but I absolutely love the design and the colors in it. The overall, the striping in the yarn really kind of plays a cool effect in the weaving. So there is that. And then over here is my Rays of Sunshine shawl, which I will also insert a picture as well if you have not seen it yet, but that I released back in June of this year, which was 2023. And then over here is just a scarf that my mother-in-law gave me, wove and gave me several years ago. So there is that. And then here is my little setup for as far as tutorials go, and then my shelvings that I keep yarn on, and obviously you see some books in my Centro. So this desk my husband just gifted me for an early Christmas gift, so that's why I'm kind of also doing this video, is I've been rearranging and all that kind of stuff. So this is nothing but crocheting hooks, knitting needles, notions, all that kind of stuff. Same thing with down here, crocheting hooks, knitting needles, notions. There is my tatting needles, another knitting needle, notions. Here is my own homemade lotion that I did a few months ago. That was the very first time I did that. And then just some starch and some perfume, whatever. And then my wax melt, because my house always has to smell good. And then in this little box is some more knitting needles. This is a booklet that my mom gave me for Christmas last year, and I think there's like a little poem or a little note that says love mom and whatever else it says. It's 2 daughters from a mother. And then also some thread in here. And then here is my moon shelf, which has all of my crystals on it and also some sage. I do believe in the healing properties of crystals. So there is that. I have some rose quartz, I have some amethyst, some fluorite, clear quartz. I can't remember what else I do have. There is a pyrite up here. And then I have the 7 chakra necklace along with an amethyst necklace. Up here is my 2 of my evil eye bracelets that's supposed to ward off any kind of negative energies, which I got that off of Tavaizi, which I did a product review on them. They asked me to, along with these 2 other things over here, which is an alpaca that lights up, along with a fluorite crystal that lights up as well. So that's kind of my desk and then my laptop. So here is majority of my yarn stash that I am going to be using, or majority will be using. So I kind of have everything in a way organized as far as colors go. And then over here is all of my hand spun yarn. There is my yarn winder, that's shells and bars slouchy that I did a few months ago, I think back in October. I'll try to put all the links to everything down in the comment section or description box if you guys are interested in checking those out. And then I have practically all of my neutrals right here. Up here is kind of just like a whatever. I did try to color coordinate things, but it was kind of hard to color coordinate and making sure everything wasn't falling off. Sock yarn is typically right here, or like a lace weight yarn is all right here. And then some cakes that I do have, and then thread. All of that stuff is right here that you see in this tin is like tie-dye stuff, some stuff that I can make soaps and lotions with. So there is my display, and then my Centro, there is some crocheting and knitting books and a spinning book as well that I was gifted for my birthday from my stepmother-in-law this year. So that is kind of just like my little setup that I've got going on. And then over here in the closet, please don't mind the mess because I haven't really organized this, but majority of this is all scrap yarn or stuff that needs to be getting used that I'm going to be using the Centro for and making hats with. And then also in this tote right here is nothing but finished objects and some work in progresses. All of these boxes that you see right here are nothing but scrap yarn. And then in this tote there is some more yarn, and there is also some llama and alpaca fleece, which I'm going to pause real quick and I'm going to drag out all of the alpaca and llama fiber that I do have. Here is my alpaca and llama fiber collection. There is also some cotton right here too. There is more fiber in the diaper box as well that I have been carding. I've already cleaned, but have been slowly carding for the last 3 years almost. It's a slow process, but I received all of this from a lady and only paid $10 except for the cotton. The cotton was for free that my husband brought home from his work. He works at a cotton gin, if you haven't heard me talk about that before. But yeah, there's some cotton, but the rest of it, I only paid $10, of course, for it, which was a heck of a deal. And we didn't really have to go that far to go grab all of this fiber. So there is now finally my alpaca and llama fiber that I've been talking about for almost 2 years now since I've made this channel. So I also have a sewing machine over here, and you can see some more yarn in that tote. But my sewing machine, some more alpaca. I think a box over here has some more knitting needles in that I've received from my great aunt that will never, they'll probably be handed down to my daughter if she decides to knit, but I'm going to keep on to those because there's a lot of Taegu knitting needles, so those are not going anywhere. And then some more fiber. Majority of it is wool. There is some acrylic in there. This shelf right here is typically all of my work in progresses that I typically keep right here, which you see my mystery crochet along. And then up here is my nano spinning wheel, my blending board, my hand carders that's got some corridor wool on it, and then some more hand spun yarn. And then up here in this tote is some more work in progresses and finished objects, some more books. I think there's a grow light, and then some more work in progresses that I need to start working or finish up on. And I also forgot to mention my weaving loom, and then the very first spinning wheel that I did get, which was, oh, I don't even remember what this was, but it was fairly cheap. I think it was like $250, and I do not recommend getting this one because it's just very aggravating. But this one's gifted to my daughter. She likes to come in here while I'm spinning and just pedal the spinning wheel. So that is going to be hers to start off with, and then of course my weaving loom. And then I also forgot to mention that if you cannot tell, these shelves are adjustable, so you can change the height of these shelves where you want to place the shelves. We do not have them nailed down to the shelvings or the whatever you want to call these. We do not have them nailed down so that I can kind of move things around. And over here on this wall, what we're running to do is place more shelvings. That way I can get rid of this wire shelf here. I don't like this. It's just there and it takes up some space. So we're wanting to put more shelvings up here. And then also I'm wanting to paint in my room, but I have no clue what color I'm wanting to paint the craft room. I'm thinking a more muted color. I can't stand white. I hate white walls, and I'm really want to do something different. So that is a quick little tour of my craft room. Oh, Also, this picture was me my sophomore year when I played soccer. I played soccer ever since I was, I think I was like 5 years old when I started playing soccer. I was pre-K or first grade, something around that age of time, and then I played soccer all the way up until my senior year of high school. I also played rugby for my freshman year of high school. I've also played basketball for a year. I played baseball. I loved baseball, but I never went back to it. I greatly loved rugby as well, but we ended up moving to California, and they didn't have girls rugby in California, which was a bummer, of course. So I think that's really all the sports that I played throughout the years. So that is my craft room, and that's kind of some things that make me who I am and some things that I enjoy. If you guys did enjoy this quick little tour, not so quick little tour, please don't forget to give this video a like, share, comment, or subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.